Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generations discussion. We got some major news for the Boruto anime that is fresh out of Jump Festa this year. So on top of getting the Sasuke Redstone novel adapted into the anime, we're also going to be getting the Code Assault arc, i.e. the Code arc from Boruto's manga, adapted into the anime for 2023, which, side note, keep notifications turned on because I sent Sasuke Redstone chapter 5 over to the editor, so that will drop later tonight most likely. Now, if you're a longtime viewer, you know that I reported this information way back in July of this year that the Code arc of the manga was in pre-production already and had been in pre-production for a while and would be coming out during Q1 of 2023, which I kept saying can be anywhere from January to the end of March 2023. And I kept stressing this when people kept setting their expectations for beginning of 2023, meaning January, which beginning of 2023 was always Q1 2023, and now we have confirmation of that. At the Boruto and Naruto Super Stage last night, or this morning depending on your time zone, we finally got the confirmation that both arcs are happening. Up until this point, it was only leaks. We have official confirmation now. So in January, we'll be getting Sasuke Redstone as a set of Boruto anime episodes that will run us until sometime in February, and then we'll be getting right into the Code Assault arc, jumping right into the stuff involving Code Ada and Damon. Now, we know this because the Boruto anime director released a key visual of the Code Assault arc at the Boruto Super Stage last night, and during Boruto Super Stage, the voice actor gave some key information about Ada and Damon without going into spoilers, though, for those people who are in attendance or watching the stream online who don't read the manga, and they basically said that the arc is going to be coming soon. Now, we've had signs of this for a while now that the arc was going to be coming soon, because on top of the current arc that fans are calling the Boruto Squid Games arc being a direct prequel arc to the Code arc in the anime, as I reported back in the summer, we were also told by one of the composers for Boruto's anime that they are currently working on the theme music for Ada's character, which means production has gotten a pretty decent length into their schedule now that they decided to start making original music for this arc itself, which should have been obvious given that the current Boruto opening literally has scenes from the Code Assault arc in the opening, similar to how scenes from Ishiki Otsuki's Resurrection arc were in the anime opening for the anime episodes a few years ago. Now that we know that the arc is taking place, what can we expect from the anime version of the story, and how long could it realistically be? Well, given the nature of the manga and how it slowed down the story in this arc and did a lot of setup, I do think this arc is going to be longer than just 15 chapters that exist between Boruto chapter 56 and chapter 71, which, if we stick to the manga, would just be 15 episodes. But since Boruto's a 40-page manga and one chapter tends to be one full episode, if stuff is cut, we might get 1.5 chapters per episode, but that doesn't happen often. However, there's quite a bit of stuff referenced that keeps happening off screen, and Kishimoto built in a lot of room for the anime to do filler, and I don't see Studio Pierrot skipping out on the opportunity to do filler itself. They did this in the Kawaki arc, adding extra scenes to explain how Kawaki got into Konoha, and extra scenes to show him bonding with Naruto, and extra episodes to show what happened between the time when Jigen was recovering from his fight with Naruto and Sasuke and the battle where Kakashi and Koji killed him. If we get an additional 10 episodes of anime original content, which I do think can happen, I wouldn't be shocked. The anime right now is currently setting the stage for what we were told happens in the manga, but we never saw actually unfold, which is the hunting down of the Kara outer members. We know that Sai and the Anbu interrogated Amato and used that intel to find more about the Kara outers and begin rounding them up, and it wasn't until we were a few chapters into the Code arc that all this stuff had happened. It's not crazy to think that the anime explores more of this in 1 or 2 episodes, especially given how the manga arc slows things down to set up the climax for the arc. 20 to 25 episodes this arc is what I think we can expect, but if they only stick to 15 episodes, then we at least have a map for how long the arc should be. The Sasuke Redstone adaptation looks like it's going to be 6 episodes, which, as I said when I reported on it, that's going to be too short for this story. That should wrap up by the 19th of February, which, as I said in the video announcement, Studio Pierrot will make changes to the story to fit the anime timeline, like they've done when they've adapted the other light novels. And for those of you guys who have only read the manga and not actually read the novel, Sasuke doesn't use his Rinnegan in this novel, but that's irrelevant. The anime is going to make changes to the timeline just like they did when they adapted other stuff. Assuming that this arc ends on the 19th, the Code arc is going to be starting on the 26th of February if the anime just sticks to the manga content and doesn't add anything something extra to it, meaning that this arc could end in early July of next year if they only stick to manga content and in everything. When Code has this big fight with a certain character that had Code fans ready to grab some whiskey, a rope, and a chair, which thankfully none of them actually did, because I love each and every one of you guys. I don't want you doing anything to harm yourself. This would give us 4 weeks of transition episodes and then have the anime start another anime original arc just in time to wrap up the end of summer, which would probably go all the way into the fall anime season. There's not a lot of material for the anime to do right now. As the animator said on their blog back in 2021, the 50 episodes between Boruto episode 164, which was right before you had Deepa versus Team 7 and Victor versus Konohamaru, and Mitsuki used his Sage Mode to save Boruto and Sarada, and episode 218, which was the Kurama death episode. That was very exhausting for the staff, and they were taking time to recharge their batteries, especially after episode 216, 217, and 218 consisted of the most work and cuts for any 3-episode stretch in the entire Naruto franchise, which that also includes the final battle with Naruto and Sasuke. That kind of explains why the anime didn't wait another year to do more content from the manga. Basically let the manga have all of 2023 to tell the current arc and how things go down with Code, Kawaki, and Amato, because that will be another long stretch for anime original arcs and manga content woven into one. I can see why the decision was made to do this current arc, and if this current arc is indeed over by June, which I'm doubting is gonna be the case, you could continue adapting until the ending of the arc, assuming that there's a soft landing for the ending of the arc. Right now, the anime actually has a couple spots that they can actually end the Code arc in the anime, similar to how they ended the Ishiki resurrection arc after Naruto got the Byakugan drugs from Amato, and just stopped everything short midway through chapter 56, and they borrowed other stuff from later chapters in order to tell the anime version of the story we're getting right now. You could end this Code arc after Code has this big battle, or you could end it with the big plot twist in Boruto chapter 72 that had a lot of people excited, or you could end it where I think it's going to be likely, where Team 7's given their current mission and you just start telling anime original content from there with all the current characters who are inside what I deem to be the horny house living together, and just have Boruto and his team, if they do go out on missions, have the other characters with them, similar to how the anime made changes to Team 7 being on house arrest in order to continue the anime story. They've got a few options on the table that they can use. It'll be very interesting to see where they take things from here. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking that last one's going to be the case. We get to the safe house and the anime just starts making changes to the characters in the story that are on lockdown from being supervised to going off into different areas, so the side stories can occur and just make whatever tweaks you have to make, like how Team 7 went from being on house arrest to fighting in a war in the Mist Village to Kawaki being at the academy, and etc, etc. However, how hyped are you for the Code arc, and where do you think the Code arc of the anime is going to end? While you think that over, click here for my video on how strong are the Black Bulls, or click here for what's going to be my eventual link for Sasuke Rest in chapter 5, which I will update in the end screen once that's published on the channel.